As time goes on, so does life. But as time goes on, things in life change. I've noticed that older I get, my needs and even my wants change as time goes by. Things that I used to have a desire for, that I enjoy doing, the passions that I used to have, like get out there and play basketball, go out there and play tennis, go out there and bowling. I really don't have really the passion or the desire to get out there and do any of them things as I used to. Now, if somebody asks me, say, hey, you want to go bowling? Yeah, I'll go. I still got my bowling balls. Go play basketball? Yeah, I'll play. Not really good at it, but I'll play. Even back then, I was not really good at it, but I love playing. It's like when my father was still living, we used to go duck hunting, fishing. After he passed, I no longer have any desire to go fishing. I didn't mind getting out there and with boots on and knocking oysters and clams and all up in the little channels. I have no desire for that anymore. If I want any kind of seafood or whatever, I'll just go to a seafood house, restaurant, and get a meal. I no longer have desire to go out there or doing any of them things. Things change. My father is no longer with us. My mother's no longer with us. Things that we used to do together was only things that we did together, and that was it. It was not anything beyond that. It's not like I like fishing and I was going to go fishing with buddies and everything else. It was just something that my father and me and my brothers used to do together. Go duck hunting, oystering, fishing. As life goes on, things change. My wants and my needs change. And we have to recognize what they are and adapt to life as it keeps changing each and every day. Because if you don't, you're going to get behind. In our younger days, we used to want to go partying every weekend with our buddies. But after you find your partner, guys, you find your lady, and ladies, you find your men. You get married, settle down, life changes. You have kids, and then them kids have kids. You got grandkids, which I just gained another one like less than 3 weeks ago. And my life has changed because of it. Things I do, the things I want in life is changed. If you do not recognize the changes as life goes on, you're going to be left so far behind. And don't let others tell you or try to persuade you to do certain things. oh, that's just a new way of doing things. The old way is, you can still do it. Not necessarily in all cases. What used to be back then is not now. Back then was go to school, go to college, get a degree and all. Now that's not the way life is. A lot of people still trying to push that narrative, and that's not going to work in the world as it is and as it has changed. Life has changed, times have changed, and you have to keep your life in the same line as the world is changing and adapt to it. More opportunities and many things. Like when I was in high school back in the 80s, an ad on the TV during the Super Bowl was millions of dollars. Well, now today, $1 million is nothing. You can make $1 million so easily. It's almost no effort to make $1 million in a year because so many opportunities. But back then, $1 million to have a ad ran during the Super Bowl was considered a lot of money. Now we can build our own studio, and sometimes you don't even have to build a studio. It depends on what your content is going to be. You can have your own not run ads, but you can have your own TV show from your home. If you like to cook, you can set up cameras in your own kitchen and broadcast live weekly or daily, whichever you choose, and have a cooking show. And it can be seen on TVs across the world, like any other major network. And you don't have to pay the $1 million to have it done. You can have your own news station. Do your research. Have a show at a certain time. I remember it used to be 6 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock at night, and then they started doing the 5 o'clock news. You kind of go over what they're going to talk about at 6 o'clock. Then 11 o'clock. And then 12:30, the TV station went off air until next morning. You can hire you a crew to go out and get all the information, do the boots on the ground, they say, do all the legwork, bring it back to the studio and have a co-anchor, whatever, in the studio. It's endless possibilities. What used to cost millions of dollars to do, and now you can do it by simply having one of these. You can set this up on a stand and have your own TV show that will be on TVs around the world. I would say life and the world has changed. What used to cost millions to get done, you can do it with $300 or $400 cell phone or less. And people say they can't make any money There's no jobs. That's the kind of people I look at and say, you're looking in the wrong places. You're not willing to do it. You're making excuses. Excuses do not pay the bills. I've never thought that I was going to write a book, but I did. And when the thought of me writing a book about what happened, I kind of laughed it off like, me writing a book? I don't think so. But here we are. A book in all the major stores, bookstores. You can find it on Amazon, eBay, Barnes and Nobles, Books A Million, I think it's called. I mean, all major bookstores, you can order it. And it was very simple to get it done. If you want something in life bad enough, you'll find a way to make it happen. But things in life and the world will change over time. I still remember the days of AOL, the screen where it dials in, then it starts communicating, then it connects. And then it disconnects and has to start all over. We all know them days. If anybody that's had AOL, you hear it dial up, communicate like a fax machine, then it says connected. You're like, all right, restarts. Most aggravating. But now we're online continuously, nonstop. We don't have to worry about dial up. That's something in the past. So we adapt to it. It gives us more opportunities to do more things, to be more productive. So our needs and our wants will change right along with it. I want to thank everyone that has subscribed to the channel. And if you hadn't subscribed, please consider doing so. And I thank each one that gives a like, everyone that shares, everyone that has watched the videos, and all the ones that's made comments on this channel. I had a lot of things in my life that has slowed me up from making content on all of my channels. But things have changed now, so now I have the opportunity to get back making content on my channels. I put family first. But get out there and do what it would take to make your life better. If you hadn't already, consider ordering my book. Read it over. You'll see, don't matter how bad life gets, you can overcome it. Don't matter how bad life gets. And it don't matter if you're doing everything right, life can really take a bad turn, a real sharp turn, and throw it completely out of whack. Even if you did nothing wrong, like the book here will explain that I did nothing wrong, but I still had to take that journey and overcome it. There's nothing in life that you cannot overcome if you have the willpower and being willing and want it bad enough to get on the other side. Yes, we'll burn some bridges on the process of getting there on the journey that would taking us on the other side. We just have to keep walking down the shore, find the next bridge to get us on the other side. And try to not make mistakes that will burn that bridge before we get to it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.